Hello, my blessed friends. Thank you for joining me. You are on the channel of the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. This is a reading for when the moon is in Scorpio and the sun is in Gemini. This is going to be a 6-card reading. The top set of cards really are the theme for each position, and then the bottom set will help us give a little medicine to the themes on the top row. I do one of these readings every time the moon changes into a different sign in the Western zodiac. I also do a daily chakra attunement reading, which you may look for in my backlog of readings. So our question for this reading, for our central card, which represents the moon or our emotional self, is how can my emotions reflect higher states of consciousness? And from the Moon Oracle deck, we have Venus. This entire reading, I think, is going to be quite intense, given that our moon is in Scorpio. So this goddess is seated on a throne supported by a magnificent swan. Traditionally, Venus traveled the sky in a chariot drawn by 6 swans. Her hair flows forward, bubbling like the frothy foam of the ocean from which she is said to have been born. Her dress is the color of the coral caves deep in the ocean, where the nymphs completed her education. On her left hand, she raises the mirror of Venus, the universal emblem that has come to represent the feminine in a botanical and zoological sense. This symbol is also the astrological glyph for the planet Venus, the morning and evening star. She holds before her in her right hand a staff surmounted by the fruitful lotus flower. The opening flower is red, the color attributed to her lover, Mars. Beneath the image are the symbol for the earth sign Taurus and the moon disk of the white goddess. Venus is the Roman goddess of love, beauty, marriage, and laughter, generally held to be the daughter of Jupiter and Dione. She was also said to have been born out of the foam of the ocean, from which she was carried by the west wind to the shores of Cyprus. According to this belief, Hore discovered her there and took her to show the gods whom she enthralled with her amazing beauty. She had many names. As Venus Genetrix, she was respected as the mother of the hero Aeneas, the founder of the Roman peoples. Under the name Venus Felix, she was also known as the bringer of good fortune, and as Venus Victrix, the bringer of victory. She is the wife of Vulcan, the rather ugly god of the volcanic fire and metalwork, but was not particularly faithful to him. She took many lovers, notably Mars, Mercury, and the handsome shepherd Adonis, and indulged in the secretive assassinations in the name of love. Her romance with the hot-blooded Mars was consummated under the protection of Mars's guard, Electreon, who nevertheless failed in his duties on the occasion, allowing Apollo to discover the lovers. Their assassination was exposed to the ridicule and disapproval of all the other gods and goddesses. From the liaison of Mars and Venus, there were many offspring, notably a son Cupid and a daughter named Harmonia. The goddess represents love in all its forms, from pure or ideal love to lustful desire. She denotes a love of pleasure and the good things of life, and a blatant use of personal charm or seduction in order to obtain them. She warns you that you will have to pay the appropriate price for self-indulgence, but if you are prepared for that, then so be it. Generally, Venus is a beneficent goddess who suggests a good or fruitful outcome to any question. As a white goddess, she brings a strong, youthful, and creative approach to the situation. The nature of Earth in Taurus is, above all, sensual and comfort-loving, with a tendency to act slowly and surely in familiar ways. If this goddess card is selected, then May will be a significant month with regard to the question. So to relate to the Venus card, we have from the Mudras deck, moderation, the digestion mudra. This mudra is a help against winds and the bloated feeling that comes of having eaten too much, or also from pressure of appointments, deadlines, etc. Every kind of immoderation is like an inflation of demands and or time pressure. Very often a simple no, or not me, not like that, not yet, for instance, can do a lot to ease the situation or even resolve it altogether. Imagine a bowl full of sand, which represents everything which is too much. Empty it out slowly, repeating the exercise several times. The empty bowl then refills itself with cosmic life energy, which you breathe in with pleasure and satisfaction. I try to find the right balance in all things by concentrating on what is really important. So I think this is speaking to really deciding what we love, where our emotions really lie. So the aspect of ourself that connects to the earth, our subpersonal body, is next. And we're going to look at how we can ground higher energies to manifest an enlightened reality. I'm going to take a card from the Sacred Sites Oracle, and we have Bighorn for this one. Near the top of Medicine Mountain in Bighorn National Forest is the Bighorn Medicine Wheel. This stone circle with 28 radial rows of rocks extending from a central calm or cairn has for centuries been used by the Crow tribe for fasting and vision questing, and as a place for offering healing prayers for people and for Mother Earth. The medicine wheel teaches harmony and the sacred connection of all beings, considering it as a shamanic map of your life, covering your evolution through infancy, adolescence, adulthood, and elderhood. A medicine wheel also reflects the 4 seasons and the 4 directions. Walking the wheel imbues you with personal power and responsibility. Are you attuned to your spirit and the earth, or do you demonstrate little respect for the circle of life? Now is the time to spend some time thinking about your principles for living in right relationship to the earth. And bringing a little extra message to that, we have Cassia from the Essential Oils deck. It is about confidence, and its trigger statement is, I can't do that. Its truth statement is, I am a light. Step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. those really directly relate to our relationship with the earth. And then the next portion of this will deal with our transpersonal self, which is how we connect to the higher realms and our higher self. I am going to take a card from the Angels of Atlantis deck. And we are going to be thinking in relation to how we can connect to these higher dimensions of reality to help ourselves and others evolve. And we have evolution today. So this card is from Sandalphon, the sacred guardian. Sandalphon wants you to know that this is a light-filled time in your life. You are evolving by leaps and bounds, so it is a time to fill your heart with gratitude. Also, remember that if manifestation is not fully apparent just yet, destiny will soon be knocking at your door, summoning you to reach new heights and new visions. Prepare by relinquishing anything of the past that stops you from emerging as the creative genius that you truly are. You will see 12 orbs emerging through the oracle, representing the universal resonance frequency. Therefore, see how 12 aspects of your own evolving nature are present at this time. Chant Om to channel the creative presence of the universe and to fully initiate the promise of future glory. And our last card to support the angel message is from the Rainbow Oracle. It's my color therapy deck. And we have intimacy today. This card enters your life to show you that you are ready to open your heart and to love fully. In the past, fears, past mistakes, and old hurts may have held you back from opening your heart to love. You are moving into a time period when you are able to let love in, release any old patterns that stop you opening your heart to love. You deserve to experience intimacy and the real love now. Meditate on this beautiful dark pink and imagine drawing this card into your heart. Let this color heal any hurt or pain from the past. And breathe out and release trapped emotions. I let go of my fears of intimacy and open my heart. Very powerful messages, I feel, for being in our heart space, living from our heart space, being guided by it, and staying in connection to the earth, serving the earth by protecting it. And through all this, it will lead us to our higher purpose and being very intimate with that. So thank you for joining me. The next reading for this one, we'll be dealing with when the moon is in Sagittarius. So I hope you can join me for that one too. Thanks so much.